Okay, good Tuesday afternoon, everyone. This is D.O. from the ODWO YouTube channel. Getting the credits out there. They're the ones paying my bills, so give them a little love. And if you like what you see, please hit like, and if you want to subscribe, go ahead. But if you don't, that's fine. You're just checking things out. Okay, this is October 26th, Tuesday, 2021. I pretty much trade Tesla all the time. Very rarely do I do anything else, but I trade only options, so Tesla is the place for me. For the market open, this is what I'm looking at. This is yesterday. Here's the close, and the close yesterday, Monday, was 1024.86. High Monday was 1045.02. I marked these levels off. They're very important, and they come into play. Not always, but I have them there because it makes me trade better. I know what I'm at. Then there's everything from the pre-market low, from right here to right here. The high was 1038.18, and the low was 1009.2. Something I learned in a market profile class with Jim Dalton was half-back levels. The difference between here to here divided by 2. This little line right here, I normally wouldn't have put it. I'd probably included it with the Monday close, but you never know. It's not quite a full point, but it can make a difference. Like you get stopped off or it stopped out, or it reverses on you pretty quickly. That overnight from Monday to Tuesday morning, this morning, is 1023.63 is what it looks like. This is what I was looking at coming into the day. As the market started to get more to the open, it started coming up to the Monday close. So as far as a gap fill, well, fat chance of getting in any of those. First candle of the day, this is a 1 minute chart. I'm just kind of showing you where my playing field's at and everything that led up to the decisions I made. My original decisions was I was going to take the pre-market high breakout or pre-market low in case there's a liquidation break. If you don't know what liquidation break is, you should look that up relating to stocks. It's an interesting thing, and Tesla and the rest of the market, for that matter, all the big indexes, they might be having one coming into the future. Might have been today, but it wasn't today. When you look at Tesla, 1025 all the way to 1095, that's 70 points. And then from here, it proceeded to go down another 100. Of course, I don't have that showing because this is a recap of the day, Tuesday. I made one trade today, and that's what I'm going to show you a video of if I can get it back up here. Here's the same thing we're looking at coming into the market open. There's going to be the first candle of the day. This is going to be for one trade, which was my best trade. Overall, I made 4 trades in the day, but the first one is the best one. Then I had a little one after that. I dropped my number of contracts down, and then I had 2 puts on the way down. Once I make a sizable amount of money, I tend to hang it up for a while. I just don't really... If I overtrade, I usually give it back, and you can always tell because your green starts getting less and less green, or your red gets worse. Okay, about 1 minute and 8 seconds into the day, I want to show you something that happened to me. It actually was a bad fill, and I got lucky, I guess, and it just sort of came out of it. Came out of it with a vengeance. Truth is, the way the market was going, I probably should have started about right in here, and then from there, maybe I could have added a few. I did go to 2 here, but I'm about to bump that up to 5. Here's a second 1 minute candle, and there's something I want you to see here. Here it comes. Okay, right there is where I got in. I got 5 contracts at $26.95 each. That's $2,695 per contract, because you figure it's based on 100 shares for the option price. Only it's however they figure that out. My fill was $26.95 down here, Notice what this is, 25.20 by $26. I mean, I'm losing $1 right off the back. How did that happen? And that gripes me, but I'm not going to worry about it now, because whenever you look over here, what you're going to do is you're going to be seeing $26.95. That's my entry. You'll see my unrealized profit loss right here. Whatever you see up here will be, it may not update. This is pretty updated. It's updated more than this, what you'll see up here, but this is what it can scare you. And a lot of times people say just take this off this and have it on a different thing. All you got to know is what you got in at and what you got out at. Okay, here we go. 5 contracts, $26.95. Note the bid and the ask, and right there. If this thing was to pull back against me right now, I'm already down $500. In fact, more like almost $1,000. But here we go. Okay, there we are. $26.95. I'd be getting out somewhere between the bid and the ask here. If it wasn't for the good news of Tesla, I'd probably be looking at this saying I better get out now just to get break even. So now it's really taken off. What I want to do is take a couple of these off at this point. $26.95, I want to show you that. $26.95 again, and I got out at $28.91. So you figure there's $2 right there times 2. That's $400. All the other is my additional other 3 contracts I still holding right here. Okay. 2 are off. I'm still holding 3. $26.95. I'm about to hit somewhere around right here. I'm up now close to $4. I'm getting there slowly, so I think I'm going to start paring a little bit of this out and just lock my profits in. Understand why that shows up. It's me trying to sell. I don't want to sell. Okay, I am out now. $2,016. You can see what I have here. Bought 5, $26.95, and well, I got out pretty good. I normally have another column here, and I'm having a little trouble with my OBS Studios. I think it's my resolution. Still working on that, but not a bad trade right here. $2,016, and if you look at the time, 8:31 and 10 seconds. Now I'm in Central Time. 8:32 and 45 seconds. That's a minute 35 seconds. $2,016. This is about where I'm going to say, hey, thank you very much. And I'm going to just kind of call it a day as far as trading. But no, I walk away whenever I make this money, and I usually shut everything down. All my charts, my interactive brokers. But in the back of my mind, I thought, this could be a good day. And if you watch what's going on here, see, I could have squeezed a little bit more out of there. Maybe I need to hold a little longer. These are things that I kind of want to work on, and I'm working on them. Heck, I used to only trade 2 to 3 contracts, and then I bumped it up to 5, and then I get a loss. But, time in the saddle while you're trading, you learn a lot. A lot of things happen, and unless you experience the good, the bad, and the ugly, you may never learn. And if you do make mistakes, what you need to do is figure out why, and recording them is a great way to do it. You look at your times you got in, you can see exactly. You can stop your video and say, there's my fill, there's the chart, this is what happened, good or bad. Except for the fill, I had a pretty flawless trade, and I'm enraged, but I'm very happy. Enraged that I lost almost $1.50 times 5 contracts. That's $750 on top of this number right here. But you know, beggars can't be choosers, so I am not going to complain that much. I'm going to kind of pause this here, and I like to put a little music in sometimes. A little mellow stuff here. Hope it's not too loud. One thing I do every night before bed is I go over my levels and I put my lines in and I say this is this level for different things. I also look at the number of options sold at the beginning of the day off the opening bell and see which ones are coming out. Like right here, this the 1,000 contracts at this point right now. Before the end of the day, there were almost 100,000 on the puts and the calls. 100,000. That's a lot. Lot of volume for those options. Up above, a lot of people were looking at 1050 because they were expecting it to jump back up there and go beyond. Well, guess what? It went to 1094.94 today. Man, a lot of money, a lot of stuff I'm learning. But truth is, I am happy getting what I got. And between yesterday and today, that could be one heck of a yearly average if I could keep that up. But the more you learn, the time you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. If you just think, oh, hey, I made money, or I got lucky, or I lost, and walk away and just say, hey, I'll try it again tomorrow. Well, I'll tell you what, that's not the best recipe. Do the time if you want to make the money. Somebody I know one time said, plan your game and game your plan. Something like that. But whatever it is, be prepared and know. And one thing Jim Dalton, one of my mentors, had told me is that before every opening bell, have 3 scenarios in your mind what you're going to do. What if it goes up? How are you going to react? What are you going to do? What's your volume? How are you going to handle anything that happens? As a scalper that I am, you're going to have to react quick if things turn ugly. See this right here on the charts? It's going down hard. So all those that were way up here, let's back it up a little bit. See here. So they're getting in at 34.60. Now watch as this day progresses right here. 34, and if they're still saying, oh, it's going to the moon, I know. Well, you know what's funny is this thing goes all the way down into here and lower at another point in the day. If they're still holding at that high number, about 34 something, and right now, and even at one contract, you're looking at almost over $800. You've got to learn from your mistakes. I've made plenty of them, and Lord knows I know it. Anything's attainable if you put your mind and the desire to go into it. If you don't do that, then why waste your time? And especially, why waste your money? One of the things I always say, I'm never in a hurry to lose my money. And as some other traders, another guy that this setup you're looking at really helped me in watching his videos and what he did. YouTube's full of a lot of good stuff and also a lot of BS, but this right here is a great setup. And the 1 minute chart, one thing I forgot to mention is this right here, my tape's not working, and maybe I did, and I'm just, old guy, something like that, who is retired basically now. My tape wasn't working. I watched this in the morning, or as the beginning goes, but today I was more focused on the fact that I got that bad fill, profit and loss, what I got in at, and what I got out at. It's funny, 26.95 just happens to be right here. You can make a lot of money, and I got in right about here, but $26 is what I should have been, but right about here is $26.95. Way up here is $35. Now watch as it comes back down some more. That's about where my video runs out, but I guarantee it goes down into the 20s and the teens on the 1040 calls. That's some pain for people who can't react to what they're doing. They go in it blindly and says, oh, I want to do what he does. And trust me, if you like it, you got to learn it. Anyway, enough of the preaching here. I'm very happy for my day. My day actually ended up at 2182, I think it was. I made one more long call, a couple of small contract played on the upside, and I also had two more put trades coupled to the downside. So you figure 2182 minus 2016, and that's where the day ended. And with that, I guess I'm going to bid you adieu. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I hope you had a good trading day, and if it was better than mine, I salute you, because that's what I want to do. There are people who they want to make $1,000 a day. Average. You figure $1,000 a day, 5 days a week is $5,000. That's $250,000 a year, based on 50 weeks. You're going to want to take off sometime, at least spend a little of that money, or pay taxes, or child support, or whatever's going on in your life. My wife's a home health care worker. She basically works a full-time, part-time job. It's something she loves doing. She was a teacher for 20 years. She's the love of my life. If not for her, there go I, as the Bible would say, or wherever that came from. Another thing, Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, work at it like you're working for God, not human masters. Do it for Him. Do it for God. And if you do, what they say in my eyes, in a different word, what goes around comes around. And if you give of yourself, you'll receive back. If you're always looking for more money, and you charge for everything instead of just offer help, especially to people who really want your help. And I know who wants my help and I know who doesn't. Let's just say it depends on their perspective and what they want. Whatever you decide, remember, only one person can do it, and that's you. With that, everybody, again, have a good evening. See you tomorrow. Pray for great trading. Love, Tesla. Have a good one, all.